Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. And in the last part we defeated the final gym leader. And now we are... and we made our way to the power plant. And in this part it's just all power plant. And about 8 minutes of trying to capture Zapdos. But first, it's time to take on Mabel. I remember this fight taking me a bit of time. Just because... I can't remember why it took me so long. I think I just... No, I remember what it was. Amistar wasn't the issue. Kabutops caused me a fuck ton of issues. I didn't I underestimated him a little bit. But as you can see, Amistar, water type. So, it's dead. We're done with that. Pikachu nailed him pretty easily. Now she's going to use Aerodactyl. Rock flying type. I don't know whether there are any more other Pokemon that have that typing. But I know in Gen 1 Aerodactyl's the only one who has that typing. But I don't know whether surely there must be now. With how many fucking Pokemon there has to be. Jesus! Oh, this is what it was. Aerodactyl was the one who caused me all the fucking issues because he kept... shut up, dogs. Sorry if you can hear that. It's because he kept using Rock Slide. And he kept fucking nailing my Pokemon with Rock Slide, and it just causes so much fucking damage. And it also stuns me, so I don't use the attack. So I don't get my attack off, and fuck, Gyarados is now down, and I don't have a Pokemon that can sufficiently deal with Rock at this point. It's like, fucking hell, what do I do? Arcanine. Arcanine can cause some damage. I think rock types are weak to fire, I'm pretty sure. This is Fire Blast. Look at that shit! And please use... Oh, thank you. I guess not. I'm thinking of... you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Steel. Yeah, at this point I'm just like, okay. Let's... What am I thinking? Yeah, use Max Revive on Gyarados. I don't have many of those. You can't buy Max Revives, I don't think. At least not in this game. You can only buy Revives and then pick up Max Revives from certain... like... trainer battles, I think. Sorry if you can hear the dogs in the background. Fucking hell. It's like every time I do a fucking recording. Anyway. So what because here's the thing, if I get one water type move off, it's gonna... Fuck! You fucking... You prick. One water type move off and this guy's going... bye-bye. Aerodactyl caused me so many fucking problems. And it's gonna use Rock Slide. You piece of garbage. I think at this point I'm just like, fuck it. Just attack him and hope that you go first. Of course not. And he's dead. I think at this point I'm like, Pikachu has water type move. He might cause some damage. And I'm in serious trouble here. Alright. Alright, asshole. 11 levels above him, and Aerodactyl is done. Go fuck yourself. This was the hardest. This is so fucking good. This boss battle, this fight was like the hardest one I've ever had. And that's Kabutops. Kabutops, as I think, pure rock, I want to say. Fuck you and your Rock Slide. Pikachu, hold on. God, Rock Slide's fucking kicking my ass. I think Kabutops is pure rock type. He's not particularly good from what I remember. I've never really used him. Never felt the need to use him. But yeah, there you go. And we got rare candies, nice. Yeah, so basically, she just basically had somehow managed to get all of the Pokemon which are apparently extinct. Alright. So yeah, in this place you're going to get a bunch of Electrodes and Magnemites and Magnetons and basically loads of electric types like Electabuzz and all that kind of shit. Something which is a bit of an improvement is you'll notice here that there are two types of Pokeballs. There's one facing the right way up, and then there's one facing that's upside down. If they're upside down, then it's a fake one, and it's going to be an Electrode, which is a massive improvement from the original Gen 1, because in the original Gen 1, they all had the same icon. All the Pokeballs and the Electrodes that you could run into all had the same icon. And for some reason they decided to make this a battle. You know, like you have to fight him here. Which I just find incredibly weird. But whatever. So yeah, that's a massive improvement. Fuck it. I don't need him. I'm not going to use him. And then they disappear. So it's it is pretty useful. So I do like that improvement over the original Gen 1. I mean, I'm not going to say, you know, it would have been difficult for, you know, the original Gen 1 to differentiate the sprites, you know, differentiate so you could tell what's an Electrode and what's a and what's just an item, Electabuzz. But it would have been difficult to do, but near impossible probably. So I'm not going to give it too much shit for that, but I'm just saying that it's a nice little quality of life change for the remake. Shit! It's another Electrode. You could also find Voltorbs in here as well. And we got Thunder. Don't need it. Pikachu's already got it. That's an Electrode. That's a Magneton. It was a pretty decent Pokemon. Oh god, that was a problem. The only so Magneton's pretty decent. The only problem is that he's got a 4 times weakness to fire these days because of his electric steel typing. So it's a bit of a shame. I never really got Magnemite's final evolution though, Magnezone. I found that. I mean, it's a cool looking design, but I don't really get how they get from A to B with that design, if you know what I mean. Like, Magnemite to Magneton makes sense. Magneton to Magnezone doesn't make a whole lot. At least not to me. It's time. Time for us to take on the second legendary bird. Our second legendary of the game of 4. And I love this intro cutscene here. It just looks so badass and awesome. So yeah, it's time for us to take on Zapdos, the electric bird type, the electric flying type. To be fair, Zapdos is like, in terms of design, is my second favourite. Like, I don't think... I think I still prefer Articuno's design over Zapdos, but his design is definitely a lot better than Moltres. And of course I've got a bit of a problem here because I do have a ground type, but because it's flying, Earthquake doesn't work on it, and neither does Dig. I'm kind of fucked. So let's try attack. And drill, and it's showing off the attack, which I absolutely hate, and look at that, that did next to nothing. So I'm thinking at this point, shit, what do I do? Let's try Fury Swipes, maybe we can get in, and Drill Peck's going to kill me. Oh, it's toughed it out. Nicely done. but Fury Swipes fucking missed. I think at this point I'm like, screw it, let's try again. And, oh, it toughed it out, so I didn't take any damage. Isn't that nice? Fury Swipes. Yeah, I'm doing next to no damage to this prick at the moment. I can't remember what Pokemon I actually used in the end to actually cause some decent damage to this asshole. Let's use the next Pokemon. But yeah, he has... I think in terms of attack power, I think that Zapdos is probably the strongest of the 3 legendary birds. I think. The reason why I say that is because oh, that did next to nothing. The reason why I say that is just because the moves that he has are just so fucking damaging. Like Drill Peck is super damaging, and it also has Thunder. It has Thunder, Thunderbolt, and it has a Light Screen, so it can defend itself from, you know, special attacks. It can raise its defense against special attacks. It has 2 very powerful special attacks of its own right, with Thunderbolt and Thunder, and then you've got Drill Peck, which causes like massive physical damage. It's pretty damn amazing how powerful this Pokemon is, man. It's ridiculously strong, and yeah, I think he's probably the strongest out of the 3 legendary birds, at least. I'm not sure. I think Moltres is probably the weakest, and Articuno somewhere is, you know, in the middle. Articuno is still pretty good. In fact, I think Articuno has more usability, just because there aren't that many there aren't that many ice types in the game. Yeah, I'm getting kind of... I remember getting hacked off at this point. I was like, for God's sake. Pikachu, hold on, thank you. Get another attack in, please hit him. Fuck off, Zapdos, you piece of trash. Jesus Christ. Dogs never shut their fucking mouths. Sorry. Anyway. We'll heal it up. And I'm cutting it kind of fine here because we've got a minute to beat Zapdos and I'm not really causing him all that much damage. To be fair though, with Pikachu, he's not going to cause that much damage to us either unless he uses Drill Peck. Because the electric attacks aren't going to cause that much damage. Drill Peck is the main danger you face from this asshole. Oh, there we go, he's down. 30 seconds left, and we kicked this motherfucker's ass. We still have 4 minutes to go in this part. And yeah, the rest of this part is me trying to catch this fucking jerk off. This, honest to God, this, from me kicking his ass. What was that? From me kicking his ass and starting to try and catch him to actually catching him successfully. No shit, took me 15 minutes. It took me 10 or 15 minutes. Motherfucker. It took me such a long time to catch this piece of shit. And and believe it or not, this wasn't this didn't end up being the biggest difficulty I've had catching these legendary fucks. Because the one I dislike the most, Moltres, Jesus Christ, that took me even longer to try and catch. It was just unbelievable. And this is all it was. It was just basically me. See, that was frustration. That's frustration. That is really frustrating. I hate that so much. And I think, because in one way, trying to catch the legendary birds is, I think, technically easier in this version than it is in the original. I think it is technically easier. Just because, you know, you don't have to worry about knocking... That was terrible. You don't have to worry about knocking them out. You just have to... For God's sake. You just have to worry about... Fuck me. You just have to worry about kind of hitting them. You know, you just have to knock them unconscious and then start throwing Pokeball... Start throwing Pokeballs and Ultra Balls at them. Jesus Christ, please stop. Oh, this is getting so infuriating. When do I cut? There we go. So yeah, please say I cut. Oh man. But anyway, yeah. So catching them, I think, is technically easier here, but to balance it out a fair bit, they up the RNG factor. No, I don't want to use Pokeball. They up the RNG factor massively. You know, they made them a hell of a lot more difficult to catch, or at least I feel that that's the case. The only one I would say that it's ridiculously more difficult to catch is Mewtwo, just because you have to knock down all of his health, and he's at level 70. Oh, fuck's sake. So yeah, that was kind of annoying, but... Damn it! Right. Successful attempt. 20 minutes later, here we go. Zapdos is finally caught, and I'm not going to even use the prick. But there we go. We can add him to the Pokedex. He's an electric flying type. Probably the best of, like I say, the best of the legendary birds, but... Oh my god, such a pain in the arse to catch. But anyway, that's it for this part of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Join me next time when we will be it will be the beginning of the end. We will be heading to the Indigo Plateau and making our way through the final dungeon in the game to get to the Elite Four and catching them Ultras along the way. So join me next time for the next part of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Zapdos is a pain in the ass. Anyway, see you next time.